What's up, guys? This is your boy Palacio.
It's your boy Elijah.
He's coming again, featuring with his ugly ass. No, I need his expert knowledge again on the football stats. Today's podcast, we're going to talk about the XFL and if it's even worth watching, if it's worth going to those games. Just our opinion on it. Be honest.
Well, I went to the first game.
Yeah.
Renegades.
The Renegades, yeah.
You know, D-Town was happening.
They used what stadium did they use?
They used the old Ranger Stadium.
Yeah.
So it was pretty cool how they did the design for the football stadium. You know, because obviously it was a baseball stadium. So basically, they just kind of cut center field out, put a set of pretty big bleachers in there, and the one thing I don't like about it was there's no cup holders on the bleachers where we were sitting.
They took the old Rangers, like the ones out, because the Ranger ones, they had cup holders.
Yeah, well, because they pushed everything like in.
Oh, okay.
So it's just like a whole like brand new set of like expensive bleachers, basically. I mean, it's seats, but it looks like a high school football bleacher.
Oh, okay, I got you. But you're pretty close, right?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, because they only sell like the bottom tickets right now for the Ranger Stadium, there's really not a bad seat in the house, from my point of view. Like, cause we're like kind of like on the 50-yard line. I wouldn't say we're really high up, but you know we're kind of elevated. And it was really good seats. You can see everything perfectly fine. The only thing you probably really couldn't see was the opponent's sideline. But I mean, you're really not missing much with that.
And I'm assuming that the tickets were cheaper. Now I know you got it like that, so you didn't have to pay for your tickets. But I think for most people it'd be pretty cheap, at least the first couple seasons, to get some pretty good seats, especially like on the 50-yard line, more towards the center. You know, which if you were going to like a Cowboys game or something, you'd be spending a good amount of money on that.
Like the tickets from what I was looking at was probably like $35, and you're sitting, you know, like I said, there's not really a bad seat in the house, so it's not like you pay like, you know, the cheapest tickets, let's say, is $34. You're not sitting stupid high in the nosebleeds or anything. You're all like, action's like all right there because they're only doing the bottom half of the stadium. So I mean, there's really not a bad seat in the house. I mean, let's say it's like you and a girl, Saturday, Sunday night.
Yeah, good date night spot.
Yeah, I mean, you're spending $60 for a football game. The beers are $6. I'm gonna repeat that. The beers are $6. So the alcohol drinkers out there, you know, $6 beers. Compare that to, you know, a Ranger game, a Cowboy game, Maverick game. That's $12 per beer.
Yeah, I think Cowboys is like 10.
Yeah, it's something stupid no matter where you go.
Yeah, and that's like domestic.
Yeah,
it's like regular like Bud Light. Or
Cowboys is just what, Miller Lite, right?
Yeah, because they're sponsored by the official Cowboys beer or whatever it is.
Yeah, but I mean, honestly, it was a pretty cool experience. Obviously, you know, don't go in there expecting the same thing as, you know, watching an NFL game or maybe even college. It's kind of iffy on that.
Yeah, but I think that they're doing some real good things with the rules, like the extra points and all that. I like that they have not as much. Their rules aren't as catered to the quarterbacks.
Oh, no, not at all.
So you don't have the whole like quarterbacks running 15, 20 yards because they know they can just slide, and it's a lot less protected as an NFL for quarterbacks.
It's weird because it's like less protected, but the rules are also like more advanced, which is strange. Like, kind of way to say, like, one thing I love about like the system with the XFL is anytime they call a flag, you get to hear why they called it, like, and the discussion of like if they should pick the flag up or if it's a good flag or not. And it's just so cool to hear the interaction between like the people like in the booth who are like, I guess, the referee commissioner for the XFL. You get to hear the conversation between the referee and the commissioner and kind of see like why they're doing this.
Yeah, so even if it's like a bullshit call or something, or you think it is, then you get to at least hear the reasoning behind it. As opposed to in the NFL, they're just be like, "Well, we're the refs, so we can do what we want."
Well, and you get to hear the reasoning like as it's happening. It's no like, you know, cutout. It's all live, so you're hearing why it's happening, what they're doing, and it's just really cool to hear. Like, it's an experience. I know we're never gonna get in the NFL, but you know, I mean, I'm a Saints fan. Like y'all seen that last video, and if I could see a reasoning why we didn't get a pass interference call against the Rams in the NFC Championship, you know, maybe I feel a little bit better.
Yeah,
probably
makes a
not.
big difference.
But it's like, you know, you get your reasoning. You kind of see like why what's happening, what's the thought process, and that's completely dope in my opinion.
Yeah, and it's just starting out, so I think the second time around, because if y'all don't know, this is the second time they've been trying this XFL thing. I think the first time it was just like just a shit show with Vince McMahon and WWE. They were producing it and all that, and then it didn't last more than like one season, right?
Honestly, I really don't.
It was a long time ago, and we were pretty young. But this new one, it seems like it's totally revamped and a lot more professional. They took their time with the rules. They got a couple of teams. I think it's like 6-7 teams. I could be wrong.
I want to say it's up to 8.
Up to 8?
4 teams in each.
Yeah, and it's major cities. And yeah, so I think it's something that they're going to build on, and I think that it's here to stay. Another thing that I heard, it was like a meme or something, but it kind of made sense, just like they do in soccer. If the XFL and the NFL could have like some type of agreement or anything, like the top team who wins the championship for the XFL moves up to the NFL, and the lowest team goes down for the NFL goes down to the XFL. I think that's a good idea because they do it in soccer, and it makes sense. It just makes them try a lot harder.
I mean, if we just switch out like the Dolphins or the Browns.
The Browns ain't never gonna. Well, I'm not gonna say never, because it took the Cubs 100 years in baseball to yeah. They it seems like, well, that's totally different story for another day. But with the XFL, I think they're doing real good things. I think that the games, I haven't been to one. I've watched a little bit of them, and they're definitely entertaining, and they're worth. I don't want you to expect anything like compared to the NFL or even college, because it's not like that. I think that if you want a good post Super Bowl NFL season experience and you still enjoy football, it's a good thing to watch.
Well, the way I was thinking about the XFL is like everybody has like an artist that they listen to, right? But the artist they listen to, they know they can't rap, but the music is good. It's good enough for background music. I feel like the XFL is like the perfect example of that. It's something, where you can have it on in the background and you won't mind it. Like, you're just gonna have fun enjoying it and watching it. So I mean, I think it's dope. To kind of piggyback off what he said, like the new rules and all the new things they're kind of doing, like the kickoff. The kickoff is cool. It's you're not having two people collide and just kind of kill each other. I don't think they have them both line up like maybe 5 yards from each other, and no one can rush until the returner catches the ball, which is a pretty cool way to kind of make it safer. Concussions and CT and all that stuff is a real big topic going on, and it's safer. You're not having grown men 300 pounds plus just just killing each other.
And I think it's a good scouting tool for the NFL, because there's a lot of people who don't make it to the NFL, college players, and they have like an avenue to go to a different league and actually make professional football. I mean, it's not like $100,000, $500,000 like an NFL team, but it's something like they could play ball professionally, and they could do that. And who knows, if they do good enough, then maybe they can get a call from the NFL saying how good they did in that other franchise or whatever. But yeah. I think this thing is here to stay.
Yeah, no, I definitely think it is here to stay, and I'm not sure like on the whole contract negotiations or whatever, but I'm pretty sure one of the XFL representatives came out and said, like, we don't mind if an NFL team wants to make a call up to one of our players. Like, this is what we want. We want, people to use this as like let's say you're not going to school and you want to play football. The XFL is kind of like a thing for you. Like, it's kind of like what LeVar Ball was doing, but on a much bigger scale. Yeah. It's another way in for kids or for people who want that second chance at the NFL. Like for the Renegades, for example, we have a few former NFL players. We got Holy Kika, former Saint player, Cameron Sardis-Payne, former player for the Carolina Panthers, Lance Dunbar, former Cowboy. Even our quarterback, Landry Jones, he was with the Steelers for a couple of seasons. So it's a real good way to prove you deserve to be back in the league and give you that second chance a lot of people so desperately want and need.
And even for people who are playing college ball and they just like playing the sport, if they don't make it to the NFL after college, they're just done and they play weekend ball, with a couple of friends or whatever. But like, I think when I looked it up, the average income for a XFL player was like 50 to 60 grand a year, which isn't a whole lot, but it's enough to be like a normal person playing like a sport as a job.
50, 60,000, you're really not hurting. Yeah, your pocket's really not hurting. It's a good normal job. Is kind of what it is.
Yeah.
And the league is just starting out. It's not like these players probably will get more money in the future. Yeah, but this league is just starting. So they're on the right path. They're doing everything, in my opinion, the correct way. It's fun to watch. It's fun to see a new like league boom into existence.
Yeah, and this is only the first season, and I think it's gonna happen just like the UFC. When the first couple of seasons, the first fights, they weren't paying nothing, and then as the sport got popular and a lot more popular, now we have millionaires like McGregor and John Jones fighting for stupid amounts of money. As the league grows and the sport, obviously the sport is already big, but as the league gets bigger, I think that they're gonna get paid a lot more, and it's gonna get more attention to that, especially since the only competition you have is like the NBA right now, and not that a lot of people don't watch the NBA, but I think a lot more people pay attention to the NFL and even college ball than they do the professional league. Yeah.
So by far, it's not even close,
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's cool to kind of have something, like you said, after the Super Bowl. It's not like, we're, football. No, we're not. We can't see it till, early August, September, and whatnot.
Yeah. I mean, if you're a diehard, football fan, waiting those months is a long time.
Oh, yes,
it's a long time.
Especially when your team gets screwed, but wow, that was a bad cough.
Yeah. So, my final thoughts, I think it's great. I think they're doing a great job. I think it's great for the sport, and I hope that it continues to grow, and we're going to see good things from it.
Yeah, definitely the same way. I feel like everybody should go check out a game, at least one game. I think it's very family fun. You take the kids out there or whatever, you're gonna have a great time. The merch is really reasonable. Nothing's an outstanding price, and I think this league's here to stay. I hope it's here to stay. It's fun. It's exciting. Just one last quick thing. This league's all about offensive creativity. They're trying to push the pace, make a quicker game. You can definitely feel that when you're there.
Yeah, and one of those things where they were able to throw the ball forward,
the double forward
pass.
The
double forward pass. Yeah, that's crazy stuff that the NFL doesn't allow, but it's fun to watch.
Yeah, like I said, their whole slogan about the XFL is for the love of football. This is about offensive creativity and bang bang plays. So right now it's kind of starting off a little slow, the offensive creativity, but this is everybody's first time together. This is a brand new team, brand new coaches, brand new people. You don't got the chemistry right off the rip. But as time goes on, the season moves a little bit quicker. You get that off season and you really get to know your people. I expect this league to be nothing but big plays, 50, 60 yarders, and just offensive fun, and that's what they're all about.
Yeah, it's an exciting thing to watch, and I think that's my thoughts.
Yeah, well, drop a comment if you check out a game and you enjoy it.
Yeah, you can follow me at Palacio Fitness. We have a Twitter, and it's Palacio Podcast. Is it podcast? I don't even remember. It's a brand new Twitter.
Oh my god.
Palacio Studio. It's Palacio Studio. Now I remember. We just started our Twitter 2 weeks ago, so leave us some comments. What kind of videos you want? If you think that we're wrong or you want to put some more input into this video, I'm glad to hear it. That's gonna be it for me.
Yeah, give your boy a follow at _ Elijah. Instagram and Twitter, the same handle.
That's pretty smart, having the same handle.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. All right, so that's gonna be it for the podcast, guys. Stay tuned. We're gonna be throwing more at you, and don't forget to go to the gym and lift something heavy. Peace.